Hi, my name is Walter. I'm going to be playing the role of the clinician today.
Hi, my name is Shay, and I'll be playing the role of the client today.
Well, nice to meet you, Shay. Um, Suppose we should just hop in. I just have some notes here if that doesn't bother you.
Yeah, that's all right.
Um, what brings you in today?
Well, I've been struggling a little bit with my leg injury and how that's affected my day to day life and my athletic life.
All right. How'd you injure your leg? Injure your leg?
Well, for a little backstory on my leg, I am a pole vaulter at the University of Montana. I have pole vaulted since high school. During my sophomore year season, I was at a meet and I felt like my leg exploded.
Oh wow.
And so the trainer had said that it was just shin splints. So that I didn't want to be dramatic. So it was just shin splints. But then it ended up to where you could visibly see my tibia was not connected and you could feel it jiggle when you walked or ran or did anything.
Dang.
Yeah. And so there was a lot that kind of happened with that. And I had a really. So I finished my indoor season that had happened in February where it felt like it exploded. And then I had gone to outdoor season and I had a really great outdoor season. But
With a broken tibia.
yeah, so during that outdoor season, I had a broken tibia. I couldn't really walk or do anything. And so I just kind of kept going through because it's just shin splints. So I made the outdoor school record on my tibia. And then since
Congratulations.
since I had my really
Oh,
good, I think it's still going.
yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry about that.
No, I think it's still going. You can just cut that out.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I think it still goes when it like turns off.
All right. Cool. I did not. All right. Sorry about that.
I think that like the screen will just turn off. I don't know.
Sweet. I just never done it, so I didn't. I
No,
didn't
I
want
know. I
to.
saw it kind of go dark, and I was like, "It's okay. We'll cut that out. It's fine."
I suppose the green light should have told me everything I needed to
Yeah.
know. Okay. Sorry about that.
So at that time, since I jumped a specific height, I made it to regionals, and only 48 people in NCAA on this side of the country get to go to regionals.
Nice.
So I made it to regionals. I couldn't walk. I was taking so many pain meds that should not have taken that many. But I had kind of a bad. I had a. It was a fine meet. Like I made opening bar. And it was the highest bar I've ever jumped in opening height. So that was good. But then the next height, I was I was running through because I couldn't run normally, so my step was off, so it would have been. So I took up my last jump and I was a foot over the bar, but I still hit the bar and the bar came off.
Oh.
And so I was so distraught because my leg hurt so bad. And then I had my head coach come up to me with my dad standing there and he told me that he was really disappointed in me and that I should have made that bar. And so that was kind of the first time that I'd ever, like, I made so many accomplishments for the University of Montana. I was the first woman to jump over 13 feet at a conference meet. I was the first pole vaulter to make it to regionals. And then to be told that I was a disappointment was really awesome in front of my dad, too. That was awesome.
That's that's going to be pretty disappointing for yourself. That
Yeah,
that they said they were disappointed in you.
yeah. I felt that since he had said that he was disappointed in me, that I should be disappointed in myself. But the way that meet ran, it's a lot different than a normal meet. And so it was just feeling like I wasn't good enough after I did all of those things. And it was like completely was like, you're awesome, to then like, I'm disappointed in you. Which I know he probably meant that as in, I know you can do better. But in the state that I was in, I did amazing.
Sounds like you gave it everything you possibly had and more.
Yeah, more than I should have, that's for sure.
Yeah. So you had surgery after that season, right?
So after that season, I had gone home. You could visibly see that something was really wrong. I couldn't touch it. Every time I walked, you could feel a hinge in the middle of my tibia, a new kneecap per se. And so I finally was like, I can't do anything. Like, the pain is so like debilitating, and like, so I'd worked, but I didn't practice because I could barely walk. So I went to a doctor. I went to my pediatrician because I still have a pediatrician. Love that lady.
Nice.
I went to her and she told me I should go get an x-ray. I got an x-ray. It was like a random Wednesday. She works for my mom, so that's why she texted me at like late at night, the x-ray. She goes, I don't know what this is. She's like, you need to see someone else. Like, I don't know what this is. And I was like, okay. So we looked at the x-ray. It looked like someone had hammered a screw in the front of my tibia because it was split on the front end, and it was trying to heal, but it would never heal. So like that. So we go to see a sports doctor, and he goes, you want the good news or the bad news?
Oh, boy.
And I was like, well, I guess the bad news first, because why, like, you want to end on a positive note.
Yeah.
The bad news was bad news. It was really bad. They call it the black line of death. So he was explaining it, since it was the front of your tibia has an angle where it's naturally at. The front of my tibia was split like that. And so it was only connected by like a couple millimeters of bone on the back end. So a normal tibia fracture, like if it happens on the back side of the tibia, it will heal normally. That's just how it will be. But since mine was on the front, in the angle, it would never heal. So he says, you could wait 6 months, see if it heals, or you can get a surgery now. And the good news was, my leg is still together. It's
definitely a positive.
It was still together, barely, and more of the bad news was, if you do anything weird, like if you step weird off of something, your whole leg is going to shatter, and that's going to be kind of that.
So, like, launching off of a pole vault.
They were surprised it was still together. They were like, I don't know how, but it is, and that's really good. And so he was like, I can't do much for you now, but I can refer you to someone more. So the kind of surgery that I needed was, I have a 12.5-inch titanium rod inside of my tibia bone. I have 4 screws, and I had gotten the bone stem, injected into the fracture. So they kind of like drilled out all of like what it was trying to heal. They drilled that all out, and they put like other like synthetic and cadaver stem cells in.
Oh, interesting.
To try and help it heal. So that's what I have. I call him Rodell. I have Rodell. He keeps my leg together. So I was referred to 7 surgeons to finally end up on a trauma surgeon who knew how to do the surgery, because I am one of I think 50,000 people who have had this surgery.
Wow. Like, all time?
I think so, for this, because usually when they do this, it's your leg is completely shattered. It's like trauma, like you're in a car crash and your leg is completely displaced.
Yeah.
And like they gotta put it back together like a puzzle piece. But since mine was like still somehow together, like barely, they were like, if we put plates in, it's still gonna hinge, it's still gonna break if you do something weird. We'd have to like completely plate your whole entire shin. So we chose the rod. And so during this time, I was trying to talk to my coaches about what was happening. And they were like, well, maybe you should wait and see if it heals. And I was like, it won't ever heal. That's the thing, is like, it's not going to heal. It's tried. It's not going to. I'm going to get the surgery because I have to think about post-track. I have to think about all of these things other than just track.
Quality of life.
Yeah. My quality of life without the rod and without the surgery was like really bad. So I was like, I'm going to get it. This is what I feel is best.
Yeah.
And they didn't really agree with it all that much, but so it was 2 days before my 20th birthday. I got a call, or it was like about a week before my birthday, and I got a call and they're like, how about next week? I didn't really have like much time to think about it, but that was probably better.
Yeah.
It was probably a lot better for me. And so when they had called me, I kind of asked other people what they would do in my situation. Like, would you get the surgery or would you wait? Because I've been told, like, if you wait, you'll have to end up getting the surgery in 6 months anyways. Like, you're going to get it anyways. So it's just kind of like, I'd rather just do it now.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So surgery, it's crazy. They usually do a nerve block. They didn't for me because if my leg started swelling, they'd have to amputate it. And so I'd be able to feel the swelling more if they didn't do a nerve block. So just got like a hope and a dream and a high five. So I went into surgery and I came out and that was that.
It seems pretty courageous of you to go through that. I mean, how does everything feel today in terms of your leg, and then how has all that affected your relationship with your coaches?
So today for my leg, it's just it's still broken. So it's just like a pain that I've learned to live with.
So there's always some sort of pain, or?
Yeah, so it won't ever heal. So it still has like the fracture in the front of my tibia. And so like it doesn't hurt nearly as bad as it did, but like if I do too much on it, or if I do too much on it, like I'm like, oh, hang on. Or if I do lunges, like the tibia bends when you do lunges, so you can feel it like, which it's like I've learned, it's like a imaginary, like back in my head kind of thing, like it's just how I live. That's just how it is. And I kind of have learned to ignore it now. But after I got the surgery, I had come back and I was supposed to have a lot more time for healing when I came back, and like not doing anything on it, but my coaches and we got a new trainer and they felt that I needed to get directly back into like doing PT and like kind of that kind of stuff, but it was too much. And so the way my surgery worked is they cut through your knee. I don't know if you get grossed out by this stuff.
I mean, a little, but it's your story. I'll hang in there.
So they cut through your knee and they pull apart everything and they move everything around to pop your tibia out so they can drill a hole down your tibia and then hammer the rod in. And then they just like kind of willy-nilly put things back and then like everything should go back into place.
Wow.
So all of my tendons and all my ligaments and everything is like really loose because of how they had to do the surgery. So, like, a rug would take me out at this point because my knee would, like, hyperextend and then I'd be, like, on the floor.
Oh man.
But it's funny to me because, like, it just is.
Well, it's amazing that you can have such a positive attitude about it.
I mean, I'd rather, like, be on the floor from a rug than my whole entire tibia and fibula taken out.
Yeah.
So, or my leg amputated. So, like, we're up. We're so
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Having 2 legs is a major bonus as opposed
Yeah.
to 1.5.
Yeah. So, to me, it's like I've already gone through, like, what ifs. And, like, I definitely had, like, the best outcome for this. So, it's like, best outcome would have been my original trainer maybe letting me get an x-ray, but she didn't let me get an x-ray, so that was frustrating. So I started way too soon in that year after I pole vaulted an indoor. Should not have pole vaulted an indoor, had a really, like, not great season. It really made me feel like I was terrible at pole vaulting. It really showed me, like, I should probably just quit, like, and there wasn't a lot of support from coaches or anyone like that because I am a business deal. So.
Your business deal?
Yeah. So.
How so?
In track, I feel like they care about you, but once you start not showing up and doing good, they don't really care. So it's like, they care about you, but, like, they care about how the team is doing more. And I had felt that a lot, and I already didn't have people on the team who really cared or, like, were there for me, so I was pretty alone, and no one else has gone through this kind of injury at the school or on the team or in any other sports at the school, so it was, like, pretty alone in that, and just trying to figure out, like, am I good at track? Like, is this worth it? And just kind of, like, having to, like, I couldn't quit because they're paying for my school. And so just feeling alone and feeling that I didn't belong, that I didn't deserve to have any of this, and, like, wondering why this had happened to me and how long should I push through. So I had a pretty tough indoor season that was really, really difficult.
Have you found a way to feel more than, or to work through more than feeling like just a number, or that your relationship is all transactional? Or is that still how you feel?
I mean, that's still how I feel. There's been a lot of other things that, like, contributed to the track team, and a lot of people when I first came to school here didn't actually get to know me for me, and there was a lot of rumors that went around on the track team, and there was a lot of issues with other people on the track team, and they kind of ruined my reputation my freshman year. So then my sophomore year, we had new coaches come in, and it was, like, a big shift, and I thought it was going to be better, but the one girl that I had an issue with, and her boyfriend was also on the track team, and he was a year older, so he had access to all the older people, and she had access to a bunch of other people on the team, and so it just was really hard. And then they would tell people, like, the newcomers, they would tell other people and, like, the coaches, like, what had happened my freshman year, and my freshman year was, like, a really bad time for me. So I didn't have anyone in Montana, and my roommate was this girl, and so there wasn't a lot of support, and people just didn't really care. So then after my junior year, like, it just kind of, like, coming back from this leg injury and coming back from surgery, and it's just, like, are you going to be able to pole vault or no? And so I pole vaulted because that's what I felt like I was expected to do, and I should have redshirted looking back now.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have this pressure to be the best, because I was the best, to then being down here and then trying to be held up here, and then the way I hold myself, I'm very hard on myself, and I know that.
So, if you were able to do it differently, what I'm hearing is you would have taken the red shirt year, the medical red shirt, give yourself time you needed to heal. Have you been able to develop more of a support system for yourself?
I have. My parents are very supportive, but they also hold me to a high standard, so sometimes I take what they hold myself to even further. So I know my parents, they mean well, but they know and I know that I can do better. So, like, sometimes I know I don't disappoint them, but I know it's disappointing to, like, know that I can do better. It's not that they're disappointed in me, it's just like they're like, oh, I know she can do better, and I know that she's mad at herself, and we don't know how to help this. Because there's like,
Yeah, maybe not that they're disappointed in you, they're disappointed for you.
yeah, I think that's a good way of saying that with fewer words than I did.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm unfortunately a master of simplification or oversimplification.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, that kind of goes into who in your life supports you when you're trying to make positive changes, I think. So we've heard you talk about a lot of the downs in there. What are you really proud of in this whole process in terms of like your resilience?
You know, I I think for me, like, it is a challenge, and it was a challenge, but I'm doing fine. Like, there's a lot of positives. So after that last year in indoor season, I had gotten the indoor school record, but then it was beat by an inch from a girl from UCLA. Whatever.
Not that
So
you're holding that
not
one.
that that's an issue, but still a little tough.
Yeah.
Because I don't have another indoor season, so I can't get that one back. Which is it's fine. Like, it's just kind of a bummer that I had gotten that, and then yeah, that was. And then I was a leader in the Big Sky, and then I had really bad conference meet because I got too far in my head, and I tried to get support from my coaches, and she said, "Well, that sucks. You shouldn't have feelings." So managing your feelings is like, okay, well, I'm having these feelings. How do I manage them? So that kind of was not awesome, but. And then, so I think like having resilience is just being able to go through all of these hoops and still be like, I did these things. Like, being able to look back on like my whole athletic career, like, I have so many things that I can say that I did, and I pushed through, and I didn't quit when it got hard, even though like I really, really wanted to.
Yeah.
But knowing like what I can say I've done. And in like high school sports, club sports, in college athletics, like there's a lot of things that I have done that are really good to be proud of.
Absolutely. I mean, making it to college athletics in any sport is an incredible accomplishment. Having it all taken away from you and still going as hard as you can is an incredible amount of resilience. Having that surgery and working all the way back
Yeah.
is absolutely insane. Like, yeah, your resilience is super impressive.
Yeah. But now I have like a best friend for life, Rodell. Like he
Yeah,
ain't
yeah.
ever gonna leave me. So like
Yeah, Rodell's always going to be there with you to support you, literally.
literally supports me through everything, good and bad. So
um, let's see. When you are like feeling overwhelmed, or the support you're looking for from your coaches or teammates just isn't there, what do you do to try to like support yourself? Like, what kind of self-care are you doing?
a lot of my self-care is kind of hanging out with people outside of track. But this year has been kind of different because one of my best friends who I've met my freshman year, she graduated and moved back home. So that's been hard, but I can always call her on the phone. I always call her on the phone. I have all my friends from home that I can call on the phone. I have one of my best friends, Zach. He lives here, and so we hang out and do things. And so that's been really good. Or I have horizontal time where I just bed rot, which I know is not awesome, but it's relaxing for me. And
I think taking the time, whatever works for you, is positive. I mean, it's not like you're doing heroin. You're just relaxing and checking out your phone and TV.
I used to go to the tanning beds a lot, but then I kind of realized that's probably not awesome to do 3 times a week. So I stopped doing that as frequently because I felt like that was way more harmful.
I can see that.
Skin cancer.
Yeah, I feel like the negatives way outweigh the positive on that.
Yeah, but I still go like every once in a while, like especially during the winter. Like there are tanning beds that have like vitamin D and like red light and stuff. So hey, I've gone to fake tan now. It's probably a lot better.
I mean, probably, but
probably still not good with the chemicals. Nothing's good nowadays.
I'm no doctor, but
yeah.
We put a lot of chemicals on our body, from face scrub to serums.
Yeah, but I also like going out. I'll go see my sister. She lives in Pullman, so I'll go visit her or something.
What's that? Okay, so you have good stress relief sort of valves.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What matters most to you in your life right now? What are you really working towards?
My life has changed a lot in the past 2 weeks. The guy I was seeing joined the Army, and then he moved away to go live with his buddies before he gets deployed, so that's been tough dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking forward to spending time with him, but he left. Right now I'm just kind of looking forward to like getting done with my master's degree. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going by fast, which is nice.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
So that's been nice that it's going by kind of fast. But I'm looking forward to like going home for Christmas. I'm looking forward to being able to see my family and my friends from home and my comfort people, especially during like right now where everything is so overwhelming with class, school, practice, practicum, and all these stupid requirements I have to meet.
Yeah, I can only imagine how much more difficult your schedule is with because I know everything we do, but then you have to add in practice and stuff like that. That's
It's a change just because like I've added on like practicum and having to go to class. But I've always been used to doing sports with school and stuff, but now it's just like, whoa, there is like so many other commitments that I have to meet, and you can't just say no. I feel like to a lot of them.
yeah, I hear you. It does feel like we're obligated to say yes to
Yeah,
things that are posed as optional.
yeah, yeah. But I've learned a lot of times if it's optional, you do not have to do it. And I have really been kind of using that this year where it's like, oh, we have optional practice. I'm not going. It's like it's optional, but it's like I just don't have the time to try and fit that into
Yeah.
my schedule, and I don't have time to really change that kind of.
Yeah, you have to be real with yourself.
Yeah. This year I've implemented student athlete versus athlete student like I did in undergrad.
Well, that's probably really healthy.
Yeah,
for you.
it's been good with having boundaries within myself and coaches, and having to be like, no, I'm not gonna be at practice at this time, or if I have my schedule laid out for you, I'll be late for practice. Like, you knew this, and I know that it's like tough sometimes, but I'm like, you're paying for me to go through this program, like, wouldn't you want me to pass it? Kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So that's something that I really had to be like, hey, we're not doing that.
Well, it sounds like you have done a better job, or not a better job, but you've made progress in setting limits and sort of defining relationships and
Yeah.
setting boundaries. There it is.
Mhm.
I was getting close to the word. I found it.
Yeah. I've learned that boundaries, not only like within myself and boundaries with other people, is like very important. And boundaries within myself is like, hey, maybe tonight you don't need to hang out with your friends even though you want to. Like, you are tired, you need to go home and like reset and be able to show up for people when you need to be, versus just keep doing these commitments when you're already so overwhelmed and almost not drowning, but like drowning. That makes sense.
I really does. I think when people ask me about how things are going, my stock response is I feel like I'm treading water, at
And
all
you're
times.
getting a little more tired.
Yeah, and that's what it is trying not to drown, because it can feel like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really agree with you there, and it's just trying to tread water and keep my head just up enough,
Yeah.
and then move from project to
Mhm.
project. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that maybe everything I have for right now. Like, I can't. I'll look through my notes. I should have had a a good send off question. So I really feel like you went kind of all the way through what I was looking at. I think finishing on what are you looking forward to in the next, months, years? That's probably a pretty good place to call it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking forward to getting through this. I am looking forward to, I have an outdoor season, so I'm looking forward to doing that, and I think that it will be hopefully a lot better than last year's and the year before. And so I'm looking forward to that. However, I think it will be difficult trying to manage going to meets and classes because I'll usually go on Fridays. So I feel like an option that they might have me look into is switching to online, which I really don't want to do because I like going in person and I feel like it holds me accountable more.
Yeah.
So, and it
And can you do online and still be? Does it still count as full time, or are they gonna?
Yeah, so that was like something where I'm like, ooh. And I've been making a lot of friends in our class, and I'm like, that kind of sucks. So.
Yeah. So you said meets are usually on Fridays?
Yeah, so like if we're traveling, we'll usually leave on like a Thursday or a Friday to compete on Saturday and then come back Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So that has been kind of like stressful for me to think about and how I'm going to manage, like if I'm absent or like if the teachers will be open to me maybe zooming in for classes to like make up and like still be able to interact with classmates, but I just don't know if people are going to be like irritated that I'm on Zoom all the time. And
I mean, I know for myself, I wouldn't be like. If anything, it's the level of dedication is impressive.
yeah, it's just hard to like balance these two programs where one is paying for this program and this program is making it so I can do track, so I'm still eligible.
Yeah.
So it's like two conflicting things that I have to do, and it's really hard to do both, and it's really hard to try and figure out, and especially when it's like they're two opposite ends of like track is important or the program is important, so then I'm put in the middle of what's more important.
Yeah, one hand kind of feeds the other.
And the other hand also feeds the other. Yeah. So it's like...
Well, but you were just saying a few seconds ago, it's like the sort of this new community that you're developing has become important for you.
Yeah.
I think that's really good. I mean, it's another support system.
Yeah. It is another support system, yeah.
And I definitely think, as long as you reach out, they should make accommodations. Like,
yeah, especially because they're not like unexcused absences.
You're a student athlete. They should be obligated.
It's not my fault you chose to have our classes on Thursday and Friday. Okay, it's not our fault.
Absolutely, like they should be obligated to make that work for you as a representative of the university. Like, you should not be punished for representing the university.
Yeah. So that's something where it's like, whoop. But like, so there's like a lot of things I'm looking forward to, but then like when I think about it, it's like, whoa, hang on, how am I gonna figure this out? Yeah. If that makes sense. So it's not like I'm trying to be a Debbie Downer, but it's also just like, hang on.
I can totally understand, like, fear is the wrong word, but the added stress of trying to figure out what that's going to look like next semester when you're, trying not to drown. You're trying to keep your head above water right now in this semester. Like, that's...
Yeah. And then being at meets every weekend and then trying to figure out when I'm going to meet with my patients on the weekends that I meet with, or when am I going to have time to just sit down and do nothing. because I'll be at meets, or I'll be doing classwork, I'll be doing, like, so it's just kind of like, I probably need to get a job.
Well,
Money runs out fast.
yeah.
I've realized that, and my practicum's unpaid, so that's awesome too.
Yeah.
Anyways, my life is great though. Like, I am honestly truly having so much fun.
Well,
Like, I want you to know that, and like, we are so up, because I know it sounds like,
yeah, I can totally understand both things. Like, both can be real at the same
Yeah.
time, you know.
yeah,
And it's awesome to be able to step back and just be like, okay, overall things are really good. Like,
yeah, like I'm in a
trajectory
master's
is great.
program, like
Like,
track has been going pretty good, like my practicum is fun, but then like I always think like in the future, like I'm really bad at just thinking about the worst. So
yeah. Well, it's awesome that you know that things are good
Yeah.
overall.
yeah, like things are good, but there is a lot of things where I'm like, well, hang on, girl.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I think we just have to figure out how to address the stress and make sure that we do carve out time for ourselves. And if we need any sort of help, find someone that you can check in with.
Yeah.
One thing that has really been helping for me over the past week is, you remember at the end of the huge, super depressing seminar last week, when Dr. Carew was saying, like, whoever you were working with, like, if you guys feel comfortable, exchange numbers and check in.
And you had UC.
Yeah.
She's so sweet.
Dude, UC and I have been texting almost every day now, since just checking in with each other and making sure we're all good. And it's like, it's helpful. Like,
Yeah, like
and I think both ways. Like,
yeah, I think there's a really good community with the people that we were with in our classes, and they were saying like there is gonna be conflict, but from with who we have in our cohort, it seems like everyone is just very understanding of other people and where they come from, and
yeah.
if people mess up, it's not any malicious, or that's how I felt.
Yeah, I don't feel like people are going out of their way looking to get upset, which
Yeah.
is something that bothers me these days. Is
Yeah.
It feels like people want to get outraged, or
Yeah.
like, so you're not woke enough. Like,
Well, I also believe that there's a point where it's too woke to where it is disrespectful to the community you're trying to help.
Yeah.
Because you have no say in what they are feeling. That's
absolutely.
my opinion.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I'm a respect everyone type of person.
Yeah.
Respect all viewpoints and walks of life, but
Yeah.
you know, we have to be able to talk, like, and operate, and people are going to be different. And yeah, I think the right people do a great job so far.
No, I feel like if there was an issue, there probably would have been somewhat of an issue already in my head. Like,
Yeah. Well, then you even look at like who we're in with our breakout session, and we probably got like the most level-headed people in there
Yeah.
as well. Like,
yeah.
we just keep getting lucky.
Yeah.
Oh, even though I strongly dislike him, I do like DJ Khaled's phrase of suffering from success. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it feels like. We just keep getting lucky with all of our opportunities, and
Yeah.
we're suffering from
I
success.
definitely really appreciate like who we have in our individuals and families class, because I feel like it's almost people who think alike,
Yeah.
and that's really comforting to be able to kind of like know that I could speak my mind, and if someone didn't agree, either they would kind of like let it go with like how I think, or I would feel comfortable explaining myself to them versus just being like, because I know a lot of times when like things get brought up, I'm kind of like, I don't really have a say on this, and you clearly have a say on this, and I'm just gonna like,
But you feel like you could have a conversation.
yeah, I feel like I could have a conversation and be like, oh, well, I didn't know this, versus them just being mad at me.
Yeah, well, and that's absolutely what I think the most important thing
Yeah.
is right now, and one of the things we're just like losing as a country and society as a whole is like the ability to have conversations and tough conversations.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's like having a tough, productive conversation
Yeah.
versus I am always right and this is the right way. And sometimes I'm just like, hey, like, I don't know. I'm just saying what I think, actually. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for talking with me today.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
All right.
Watch
Here's
that
hoping.
whole